right. 10:26 p.m. in the East. Streaming live on Pride48.com. It's time for The Mix. My name is Daniel Brewer. I do not do this show alone. I do it with my best friend, Adam Burns. Adam, how are you this evening?
Daniel, if I were doing any better,
I
would
be arrested.
Yeah. That's how good I'm doing.
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking. It's been a week, man. It has been a week. I usually don't say that because usually my weeks just fly by. You know, they say as you get closer to death, time moves faster. So I think normally my weeks fly by, but this week felt really long. Like for some reason, this week really felt long.
Did you start going into the office already? Because that'll do it, right?
No, that's not until August 14th or something like that. No. And I do have an update for my hybrid work update, but I'm going to save that for level 13. So
do you have a bumper for that? Or,
No, I don't, but you can see it. It's over there. But here's the thing, Adam, I got exciting news. I have just received an email from the voice of Pride 48. As you know, we are doing a live streaming event in September, the annual
the
15th
through the 17th.
All right. And so the voice of Pride 48 has recorded a promo.
Oh, wow.
That he just emailed me, and I'm going to play for you. But first, I have to do what thousands upon thousands of people that listen to this podcast every week are waiting for me to do, which is to talk about my running progress. Because as we know, people, I'm just such a fucking inspiration, Adam. People say, if you can make your fat ass run on a treadmill, then I can do that too. And I tell you, Adam, I started off this week really good, but because I knew that we were going to be doing this back to the office thing, and I was going to be in the office on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which were my running days, I shifted this week to start running on Wednesdays and Fridays and Sundays. So Wednesday, Friday, Sunday instead of Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. So I shifted. So I had a couple of days off because of the. I did Sunday and then I had 2 days off before Wednesday to run. And, I was worried that I was going to lose some progress or whatever. Let me tell you, I'm now running a 2:20 run with a 1:30 walk. And get this, Adam, I'm doing 7 cycles of those because I just do a 30-minute thing. So I'm doing 7 cycles of 2 minutes and 20 running and 1 minute and 30 walking, right? But the last, after cycle number 5, the rest period after 5, I just keep going. And I've done that now for both Wednesday and Friday, which means, Adam, I was actually running for 6 minutes and 10 seconds.
Oh, wow. So most times when you're saying all those numbers, most of the time, I have no idea. Like, it doesn't even register in my brain. It's just like, whew, right over the top of my head. Right. 6 minutes. That actually tells me something. You're running for 6 minutes straight.
Granted, on a treadmill, which is not as easy, but I do have the incline set at 2. But I'm very happy with that, and we'll see what I do on Sunday. But let me tell you, I'm very, very happy with that.
So you are a full-time treadmiller now because of the heat? Is that what I'm understanding?
In Florida right now, I will probably go back outside at the end of September, beginning of October. I'll probably start going back outside because I prefer to run outside because it's more interesting to look at. You know what I'm saying? It's like things are changing. You're like looking at people's houses and going, oh, they just changed that. And I'm Gladys Kravitz on sneakers, right? I'm just like running around the neighborhood 3 days a week, and I'm like, oh, they moved that. Oh, yeah.
Do you come back and tell update Zach on the the Smiths over here on this corner? They put in some new petunias. And the Smiths
Abner. No, it's he's kind of like Abner but nobody knows what we're talking about. It's Bewitched, right? We're talking about Bewitched and in the Nosy Neighbor. Here's the thing, Adam. I'm stalling because I got this. I'm so excited about this promo that I'm about to play. Yeah. We're going to debut it right here live on Pride48.com. The promo for the 15th annual live streaming weekend. Now, I was told, I don't know a lot about this because, you asked me to write a script and to get Auntie Scott to record it. And I, being a good middle manager, just pushed all those duties to Auntie Scott. I said, here, you just write it and, do it. So I'm told that it is a tribute to you because of the 15 years prior to, it's a tribute to Adam Burns, basically. So let's take a listen. We'll take a listen.
Well, howdy, folks. Dust off them calendars, because September 15th through the 17th, y'all got to be at Pride48.com. We're saddling up for our grand finale. Join us and explore the rich tapestry of our community with a heap of eclectic LGBTQ and LGBTQ-friendly podcasts from the full Pride 48 stable. This here's your last chance to be part of this hootenanny. Looking for more info? Well, just mosey on over to the Pride 48 website for all the juicy details. Don't forget now, September 15th to the 17th. Only at Pride48.com.
I think that's great. That's great.
I've been watching Yellowstone and now 1883, which is the prequel to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And even though they are, some of them are Southern and that, they have, not that I don't, I understand the joke. I have a Southern accent. I'm from the South. I get it. But
there's no joke. That's the promo for Pride 48.
I know. But the accent, I assume it is. I don't think he would have recorded like that. That took some time to record. So I assume, I like it.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's great.
Yeah.
Right. So is there, we can just post that on the website. People can play it on the end of their podcast. Everything. I feel like you should be excited, and you seemed like
I am excited. This is as excited as I get.
All right,
it's good. It's great. Love it.
I was telling people in pre-show when you were off getting a drink and tinkling. I was telling people in pre-show that we're going to be here next weekend, August 4th. We will be here. And then we're gone for 2 weeks, I think. The 11th and the 18th of August, we're gone. Right? Is that, do I have that correct? We are recording August 4th, right?
We are recording August 4th.
Okay. Right,
I will be out for the 2 weeks after that. I don't know what you're doing, but I will be out.
Well, I'm camping one of those. Yeah, I'm camping one of those weekends. And so I may do a co-host. I may not do I don't know. You know how Archer gets. He hates every co-host that I pick. So,
that's true. Well, he'll just call him boring or something. I don't know.
Right. I get Kathy Marshall. Kathy Marshall will do it with me. Or maybe Kathy Bacon. Kathy Bacon will come and do it.
Sure.
She wants to do her own podcast. So.
She does.
Yeah. Okay. I am trying to find out where we are here. Oh yeah. You're going on vacation, so you're going to tell us about your hotel costs.
So I'm off. I'm off my game because there was one thing that you mentioned earlier that we had to start over. For those of you who don't know, like we had to start recording a second time.
Oh.
And before that, you were saying that I wanted to include this on the show because I feel like it should be included on the show. That in Larry Vader's show, they were complaining about our audio last week.
Little Fatty Cast has been. We have been there weekly weeping. Weeping?
They weep every week.
Weeping, Adam. Weeping. We've been their whipping boys, their audio bitches, as it were, for the last mini shows. They like to point out that we've had some technical difficulties in our recordings, that we've had some audio issues. None of them rise to the extent of their show, but I think it's just I get it. They look up to us, and
we're both getting old. You older than me, but we're both aging, and maybe it's just that the age setting in. I feel like. You ever feel like your bone, like the age is just kind of setting into your bones?
No, I haven't gotten there
Yeah,
because,
gotten there?
I ran for 6 minutes and 10 seconds.
Because you do Kegel exercises, so the age hasn't quite set in on you quite as much as it has me. I wasn't able to continue about these, that, by the way.
You weren't able to continue the Kegel exercises?
Yeah.
You couldn't continue.
I just couldn't. I couldn't keep it up. I couldn't. Well, no. I don't mean I couldn't keep it up.
It'll help with that too. But no, what?
I just couldn't stick to the routine. Yeah, it was not painful. Not like
it shouldn't be painful.
I mean, not like I'm someone stabbing me or anything like that. But after I would do it, it's a dull ache. Kind of thing.
Dull ache.
A dull ache.
Okay. I mean, you just treat it like any other workout, right? You just like if that's you take a day off and then start again and let it.
Maybe I just didn't
you don't just give up on the whole thing. Are you scared of the potential reward here, Adam?
Of how strong my orgasms are going to be, like.
I'm telling you, Adam.
I don't want to knock a hole in the wall. I just want a normal. No, I'm
a Gen X fag, and the problem with my generation is that the generation before us died of AIDS, and we grew up without a lot of mentors and elders that we could talk to. There were a few, but not as many as like the kids now have. So I'm just trying to help you, Adam. I know I'm a little bit further on in my journey on life than you, which you have acknowledged numerous times before. And I'm just trying to give you a little heads up of what's coming down the road. I'm like, hey, there's a pothole there, and you know what? If you just do this thing, then you won't walk in the pothole like I did. But you're fighting me at every turn, Adam. No,
I didn't quit.
Okay.
I just didn't continue.
Okay.
So I tried to get in the habit and it didn't stick. Like I'm still drinking a glass of water every morning. I'm still working out every morning. Those habits have stuck. I'm even doing some like crepe erase on my eyes and my every night, which is a pain in the ass.
I tend to do it in the shower when I'm just standing, like when I'm first taking a shower, you're just kind of standing in the shower to kind of like wake up a little bit in the shower. Like, that's because it's like warm water, it's like it's nice and calm and peaceful. Yeah, I bang out 10 reps there. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I just need to do it. I really need like a sauna and a hot tub and, all of that kind of stuff.
Which you need to send yourself an embossed invitation.
Which will be, I will have that at the hotel we're staying at.
The pelvic floor cordially request your attendance.
I will have a sauna and a hot tub and all that in the hotel that we're going to stay in London. You see what I did there?
I do. I see what you did.
We've been picking out hotels.
Yes.
Well, no, I have been planning the vacation. Now, Marc he has asked me several times, is there anything you need me to research? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, no, it's fine. No, I've got it because
you're a people pleaser.
No, not because of that. I already had most of it done and I didn't like his hotel choices. So I'm like, I'll just look.
That's what it is. No, it's a control thing is what it is, really. It's
normally I'm happy, but for some reason this trip, I'm just like, I got it. Anyway, regardless.
By the way, you mentioned once on your show with Joe Batanz, your Throwing Down show, that if you were to come here and visit Zach and I would probably insist that you stay at our house. Hell no, I'd put you up in a hotel. I'm not going to have you. We work from home and we don't have the sprawling mansion you do. So the bedrooms upstairs, which would be guest bedrooms, are actually both of our offices, right? It's like we each have an office. So we don't have, what was that? You looked up.
I heard something, but I don't know if there's someone
I dropped
breaking
something
into
on the
my
desk.
home. Oh, okay. That was it.
And it's attached. The desk is attached to the microphone.
Is someone breaking into my room right now?
It's like an old episode of Archer Radio. Remember that Archer Radio where he was like, let me look that up on, and he's like, boom. And then it's like the entire a recording would have like.
Okay, sorry, people who have their headphones up too high. So anyway,
that would be you. That's just you. It's just the Venn diagram of people who have their headphones up too high, and Adam Burns. You're just right in the middle there of that.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Please go ahead, Adam.
This is a really short one because Kel Surprise. Nothing exciting happened between last week and this week. Like, whatever.
Did you not even notice I have a brand new? I put this together.
I did. I should have mentioned that, but it's an audio podcast. There are a few people who watch the video, but yeah, Daniel has put up a nice cube looking shelf, one of those cubey shelf things.
It's an IKEA one. Yeah. IKEA.
Looks very nice.
Shelf.
Much better than I don't even remember what you had there. Just
it was the same cube thing, but it was
wall.
black. Yeah, there were black cubes there before. Now they're white cubes. But they're IKEA white cubes, Adam. That's all that matters. Damn it.
It's IKEA bookshelves behind me. You just can't tell because I don't have the shelf part.
Yeah. So go ahead. You were... Yes.
So yes, nice background. So I have been looking at hotels and there's this dilemma. So there are two things. First of all, I want to ask you, what do you think is reasonable for the price of a hotel? What would you pay for a hotel?
All right. A caveat time, right? Because what?
Not Habitat for Humanity's hotel.
No. Because if we're going someplace to do something, I'm less inclined to spend a lot on a hotel as opposed to if we're going somewhere to go somewhere. Like if we're going there, so this is an anniversary trip, right? So you're wanting a nicer hotel room. This is
a Adam birthday trip.
Okay, but you're wanting a nicer hotel room, because if we're doing
okay, let's say that we're wanting a nicer hotel because it's my birthday and I.
Right, if we're going to Disney for like an overnight trip or something like that, we usually just stay at the Marriott because we can do that for $100 and it's just right there near Disney, right? Because a Disney hotel is going to start at like $300 or so. But for like Zach's birthday last year, we went to Coronado Springs, which is a Disney resort, and we stayed there for several days, and that I think we paid $353 a night for that room. But I would say for a special trip, I would say max that I would be comfortable paying for a room would be like $5 or $550.
Okay, so then I'm not out of reason. So for London, I don't even remember what I paid for because I purchased the IKEA hotel. IKEA?
Yeah.
I purchased the Iceland hotel.
It's a lovely Calyx bookshelf from IKEA, as seen here in my backdrop on the our video version of the podcast.
Yeah, I purchased the Iceland hotel or reserved like months ago. So I don't remember what I paid for that, but it's kind of nice to do that because then when you get on your trip, most of your expense is already taken care of.
Archer says
you don't even realize.
Archer said $150 a night for just a regular trip, but for a special trip up to $350 a night.
Okay.
So Archer's.
I will admit, I rarely. Well, when Marc and I first met, it was so weird because when Marc and I first met, he was, and we stayed the first time we stayed in hotels together. I don't know if it was the first trip, but the first time ish.
Mm-hmm.
He made a big deal about something not having slippers and not having a robe and like all this kind of stuff.
Yep.
And at that point, I was like, oh, let's stay in a Holiday Inn or whatever, because, as I have aged and maybe my salary is, I don't know. But, the past 11 years that we've been together.
You've become accustomed to a certain level of comfort.
It has swapped. Because now he's like, are you sure we want to pay that much for this? Yeah. Whatever. And this is, okay. So the hotel that I selected is $500. It was on sale. Yeah. It's normally like $650. They even had rooms that were like $2,000 a night.
No, I couldn't do that.
But no, I got the base model.
I could not pay more than could not pay more than my mortgage to stay in a bedroom.
No,
even a suite. Or he's like, I couldn't.
You know what? It wasn't $500. It was $620 a night.
Oh no!
Because I upgraded because I wanted the city view. I wanted the city view.
Now hold on.
London
now this is interesting.
View.
What did I end up paying for the suite on the cruise ship?
I don't know.
End up being a night. I know. I know it was a Royal Up bid that I did, but I don't remember. It was a pretty good. It was a pretty good price.
Anyway, that's really all. I just wanted to see kind of like what you would. So I don't think I went too above what you would consider for a special trip. But I am like, Mark and I have this conversation all the time, and I do. It doesn't bother me, but I do think about, we don't stay in our hotel other than to sleep mostly when we're on trips. And he said, if we were going to stay in the hotel more and use the facilities at the hotel and like all that which I always make sure I use the hot tub and the sauna and the pool.
Right.
Like if
when we went to Coronado Springs, we did, we took advantage of all. We didn't go to the theme parks. We stayed at the hotel and did things there.
But I still like now I go to like a Holiday Inn and I'm wondering like what hooker has died on the bed, and I just like I'm like, no, I don't know and they look old and like moldy, and even if they clean them well, they still just look used somehow. So I don't know. Let
me just give you this piece of advice. Again, older, teaching you, life lessons. Yeah. Don't ever use a black light in a hotel room. Just don't. No, I won't. Just don't. I won't. Just don't. Just save yourself that thought, that aggravation, that thing there. Just don't. Have you been following this? Were you done with the? I was done.
I was done.
So you're set now.
We're staying
right?
I don't remember the one in Iceland it's this weird character at the beginning that I like. It's some Icelandic character, but I think it's called no, I think it's called the Thingholt. The Thingholt. Tingholt or something. It's Thing.
Tingholt.
And that's it. And it looked nice enough. It's right in downtown Reykjavik, but also on the water. It's on the harbor, the water there.
On the harbor.
And so that's the reason I selected that one. And then in London, we're staying at the Londoner, which is right at Leicester Square, for anyone who knows.
Archer says, "Don't sleep naked on the hotel sheets." I've had people come on me before. That doesn't bother me. It's like, I mean, it's washed. Anyway, let's go.
I'm done with hotels.
Let's go on. Yeah. So I put this up on the Trello, and I think the point that I wanted to make, because I'm thinking back to this, because I do this, right? I think of things during the week and I go, oh, that would be a good topic to talk to Adam about. And then I promptly forget it. And, then it comes show day and I sit down and look at the Trello and there's nothing there. And so a lot of those shows that you guys hear where it's like, everything is basically things that happen on Thursday and Friday. That's, just because we both have horrible memories. So I have taken to any time I have a thought of something to talk to you about, I was going to say
there are like 10 items there.
Yeah.
And potential topics.
I stip it over in Google Keep, and then later I go through Google Keep and figure out which ones I want to move over to Trello. But it's like in my truck, all I have to do is say, hey, G-word, take a note, and then tell it what my idea was. And then that just gets shoved into my Google Keep. And then I can look at that anywhere and then go, oh, okay, I remember that. And that was, so anyway, it's super, super easy. My point is that, wait, what was my point? I feel like I lost my point about global warming. Oh, I know what it was. I read this article and I had this thought, and that's why. This is an old topic. It's been sitting over in the thing for a while. But the reason that I drug it out tonight is because I also linked an article about the water off the coast of Florida being over 100 degrees, like 100.
Daniel, I didn't know I had a pre-read before we were recording, so I'm not prepared. I didn't do the pre-read for this meeting, this Zoom call.
There was a down South Florida, one of the buoys from NOAA, it registered 101.1 degrees water. That was the water. There's the water temperature in the ocean is what is typically almost a hot tub, right? Aren't hot tubs like 100?
I prefer
102?
Mine at a toasty 104.
okay, but still 100.
That's close.
So all right. So and then I thought it's like, oh yeah, I guess we should talk about global warming and stuff like that. And then that's why I put it on here as global warming, because I'm scared of our country's stupidity, because what I see is, or what I think I see, again, all disclaimers apply here, right? I am not a climatologist. I am not a scientist.
The opinions of Daniel Brewer may not be the opinions of the Mix Minus Corporation. I'm
just an old girl that's been around. But here's the thing. What I see is the changes that are happening due to our globe warming are come in waves, right? So it's not just like all of a sudden, it's a straight line going straight up, right? It's more of a jagged line. It goes up and then it comes down and it goes up and it comes down. So the rational part of my brain is saying, yeah, this is a record hot summer with the record heat waves hitting all across the U.S. And there's all kinds of articles about, global warming. And I guarantee you next summer, when it's not another record-breaking summer, when it's cooled down a few degrees, then all the fucking crazy people are going to be, oh, you and your stupid global warming. Look, it's cooler now than it was last year. It's not going up, so the globe isn't warm. I'm trying to not use a Southern accent when I do dumb people. Okay. I'm trying to. I tried to get Auntie Scott to teach me another character voice that I could do, like a dumb. I'm trying to think what it was. And it always just came out. So I just always went back to Southern. So I'm going to have to work on my dumb person. I
suppose the Southern accent is also the easiest one to do poorly or to do, but if poorly.
Well, also because I am Southern and I grew up Southern. And, so here's my Florida doesn't point.
Count, but
if I can, again, I have Southern bona fides. I come from a very Southern family. I was raised by very Southern people.
My family is very important in Mississippi. That's it. That's all I got. You were taking a drink. Please continue. I have very, very important family members.
I feel that next year, when it's not another record-breaking summer, all these crazy fucking, and next year is a fucking election year, and that's going to be the narrative, right? Is because we're going to have one of those downward, things where it's just not as hot. It's as hot as it was like 10 years ago or something. Have that little dip before we go up even higher the next cycle. But no, they're just going to, and those are the fucking idiots that are going to vote. And I'm just, I don't know. I just feel, Adam, that, hold on. I just got an email.
Yes.
From Auntie Scott.
You got an email from Auntie Scott? Why?
So
He's in the chat room.
He sent a new trailer, a new thing. He said you didn't care for the first one. You were just kind of, you're smiling.
I like the first one.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't serious
file.
Enough. I got to use that first one.
It was funny. It was a joke. Ha ha ha.
I'm gonna use it.
So he's honoring you in these things. So he's
okay.
He's doing this one more serious, but still honoring you because you, as we know, you used to live in London. So here's the new promo that would be hot off the press, Adam. Hot off the press.
Good day, esteemed listeners. Pray, mark your diaries for the 15th to the 17th of September, for you shall want to be in attendance at pride48.com. Mm-hmm. We cordially invite you to our grand denouement, the 15th, and indeed final annual podcasting gala. Join us as we traverse the kaleidoscope of our community, featuring delightful LGBTQ and LGBTQ-friendly podcasts from the illustrious Pride 48 lineup, as well as a few surprises. It's your last opportunity to be part of this extraordinary event. Should you desire further particulars, visit the Pride 48 website. Don't forget, dear listeners, September 15th to the 17th. Don't miss your opportunity to partake in this splendid celebration, only at pride48.com.
That's good too. We're gonna put all. I don't know how many of these there are gonna end up being.
What do you mean? How many? You're saying you want him to make another one? Then
No, I'm not saying that. First, well, anyway.
Are you?
Is he just out there, back there in his recording closet? Just
the man is a professional voice actor. He's it's not cheap to hire an orchestra like that, to have them come in and like play the bits there behind them and make sure it goes just at the right moment and it resolves just nicely.
I think
there.
That was just Drew behind him. Just
Drew was playing the instrument, just multi-track,
playing multiple ones. Just
looping.
He had one of those loop things.
Yeah, like a loop pedal thing. Yeah, probably was. All right, I can play this though. Let's play this.
3, 2, 1. Contact is the secret, is the moment when everything happens. Contact is the answer, is the reason that everything happens. Contact, let's make contact.
Excellent. It is the contact segment of the show. This is the segment of the show where Adam and I will read your emails, play your voice. I'm so distracted. My webcam is here, but for the show, I use another camera that's up there, but I keep looking at the webcam as if that's the camera that we're using, and it's not. It's up there. Hi, dear listeners and dear watchers. I'm so sorry. I was looking somewhere else, but hi, how are you?
Well, we don't look at the camera anyway. I mean, occasionally I give hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Right.
But
and if you're wondering what the whole video nonsense is about, well, that's because we do this podcast live streaming on Pride 48 every Friday night, but we also stream our video on YouTube and we put out a video version of the podcast. So if you're listening to our audio only version of the podcast and you're wondering, hey, what do these two idiots look like when they're doing the show? What kind of stupid faces do they make at each other? You can check it out. You can go to our YouTube channel, and all of our podcast episodes are there. Also, on
not
Spotify.
all of them, because we haven't been doing video for the entire time.
The last few, and then and then also what am I saying? Spotify. So you can go to Spotify and watch the video version of it there. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go to the question that I always ask Adam, which is, do we have any email this week?
Nope.
We do not. Okay. Then let's get to our phone calls and hello.
Okay, so Tony Bennett died, but that's not what I'm calling about.
Okay.
This is Bacon Bits, by the way.
Bits, yes.
Since you guys are official adults, I'm sure you can understand. But
official
let me
adults.
say this.
Yeah.
Official?
I am over being a barista.
Yeah?
It is too hard. And I swear, standing for 8 hours will be the death of me. And then I'll be on the death line. Okay, have a great day.
Oh, she's like, I would like an espresso with double cream, please, or however the fuck they are. She's over there making that, and then somebody else is like, I need a double chocolate mocha explosion with a dash of 2 shots of espresso. She's like, it's just too much, people. It's just too much. Just here's some fucking coffee. Just drink it and go away.
I'm done. We didn't find out. Well, first of all, has she moved in? Because, okay, there's so much that we don't know. There's so much that we don't know.
Much I don't think we're entitled to know, Adam.
Is she moving in with her mom or her dad? Well, no. I think legally, when you call into a podcast and you say, I'm moving in with my parent, then that gives the podcast the right to ask questions back.
Well, there's the parent is clearly, Kathy Bacon.
Well, we don't know that. She has a dad.
She literally identifies herself as Bacon Bits. Would she do that if she was living with her dad? No, she's living with her mom.
And there are other things, but I won't keep going. Thank you for your call. Wait, do we give her that? Do we give her that point for
who?
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett. Yeah, it was announced last week. When did she call? Had she heard her? Yeah, just give it to her. Just put her in. Put her in there. It's fine. Oh, look, is this for real? Is this really Tom and Terry?
It's Tom or Terry. It's Tom.
Hey, you guys, it's Tom of Tom and Terry in the Chicago.
Hi.
Just want to let you know that Sinead O'Connor,
Yeah.
pop star and Pope hater,
Yeah.
has died at the age of 56. Take care. Bye.
All right. Now, Sinead O'Connor. Oh, by the way, yes. Absolutely, yes. Sinead O'Connor did die. I didn't know she was my age. I mean, she's the same age as me. But other than that, that was my first. I was like, I wanted so much to ask Zach. It's like, do you think it was the Catholic Church that did it? But I didn't know that he would get the reference of her ripping up the Pope's picture on TV and like the Catholics basically are getting her canceled and stuff. It's like, so I'm like, damn, this is like I need a Gen X person to make this joke to because no one else is going to get it. So yeah,
I believe I'm Gen X and I don't get it. So, but I didn't really listen to other.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the very beginning of Gen X.
I'm at the very end.
I believe, and if I'm not mistaken, like Archer, I believe is a boomer.
I mean that figures.
You know what? I can just Google it really fast. Unlike you, I'm not scared to Google something on a podcast. Boomer time frame. Yeah, between 1946 and 1964. So I was born in 1967. So I'm just right after boomer. So I'm not a boomer. I'm Gen X. So.
And I'm Gen X.
Yeah,
I believe.
Right. I'm right at the beginning of that and everything. Anyway, so why do we care? Do we care?
Was it Tom? It was Tom or Terry? Okay.
That was Tom from Tom and Terry. And by the way, let me tell you, because I mentioned when Auntie Scott was co-hosting the show, I'm sure you listened to that episode.
Yes.
What was your favorite part about that episode?
The part where anything that Auntie Scott said during the entire episode, those bits are my favorite.
Yeah. Favorite parts, yeah.
Every time.
I said, well, Tom and Terry don't listen to us anymore. And then Auntie Scott said, well, he'll listen to this one. So, because Auntie Scott was on it. And so, yeah, now you see, I've played some Auntie Scott clips on this show. So I think he'll listen to this because, we're playing Auntie Scott clips on the show.
Yeah.
So. But thank you, Tom. And Tom, I follow Tom on Threads, and he sent me pictures of popovers, and he said, "This is what a popover is." And I pulled like an Adam Burns. I was just like, I am so confused. And he's like, Adam was explaining to you what a popover was, and you didn't know. And I was showing you a picture, and I was just like, I have such a vague memory of that on last week's show. And I edited the fucking show, so I heard it probably more than once.
Come on. You don't listen to the whole thing through when you're editing, please.
I listened to a good portion of it.
Segments.
Here we go. Our next phone call.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So
it's the
I
parent.
used to always take my hands in front of my face and wiggle my fingers.
Yeah.
And then go, here comes the rain again. Anyway, so that's Sinead O'Connor, right? So Sinead O'Connor.
That is not. No, that is not.
So I just seen it.
Here Comes the Rain Again is not Sinead O'Connor. Is it? No, Here Comes the Rain Again was, Annie Lennox.
I was
it was
not
Annie Lennox. It was the
listening
the Eurythmics. Thank you, Cyclone. It was the Eurythmics. Yeah. Confusing Annie Lennox with Sinead O'Connor.
Okay,
Sinead O'Connor had like one song. Like nothing compares to you.
no idea.
I couldn't even hum it for you.
The article, well, I shouldn't say I just seen it, it's probably 9 months ago, about her like in a hotel or something. It was a really weird, odd story or something like that. But anyway, so Sinead O'Connor dead, and I just left the jewelry store because I have a ring that has a big, huge diamond in the middle.
Ooh.
And one of the prongs is like worn off or whatever. And so she says $100. And I'm like, okay, whatever. The diamond's probably at least $1,000.
Yes.
Go ahead, fix it or whatever. Am I like a weirdo? As I go, I'm just paranoid.
You're just paranoid? What?
When you pick it up, you're probably picking up cubic zirconias or whatever.
Oh,
So
you're paranoid
anyway,
that
I
they're
go,
going to
okay,
swap out your.
then I
your
gave her my
diamond.
warranty paper or whatever.
Yeah.
Tips are included in the warranty, so I don't have to pay the $100 or whatever. But anyway, so.
Well, then they're definitely
when
going
I
to
was
switch out
leaving,
your
I
diamond.
just saw this dude get in his car. So this guy's like really super tall. I didn't know what he was doing. I thought like maybe he was reaching for something underneath the seat or something.
There's another minute of this, Adam. There's another minute of this. Just to let you know. Just to let you know. So if you need to refill your drink
I'm listening, but I do not know how to spell Sinead O'Connor. And so I Googled it and then copy pasted from the Google article into the spreadsheet.
And that puts the wrong font in there.
Yeah,
and then
the
you
wrong
had to go
font,
and change.
the wrong color.
Right, yeah. You can do that format painter thing.
Yeah, I did. That's what I did, actually. That's what I did.
Right, yeah, that's spreadsheet 101 right there. That's... Let's get back to
keep going.
Do we? I mean, at some point, this feels like a bad training day or something.
We can do it. We can do it.
So are you paranoid when you take your jewelry to the jewelry store that they're going to swap out your?
No, but I
had a friend.
I have no jewelry that I would. All my jewelry is stuff that you wouldn't take to a jewelry store. It's just
I had a friend that used to love to go to, swap meets like ham radio fests and those kind of things. He was a big electronics dude. He owned an electronics telephone company, like a phone company that does like big accounts, like, a corporate phone, he handled Tampa Stadium and stuff like that. Anyway, my point is that he just had all this old junk that he would get from ham radio things. He'd buy these circuit boards for like $2 or whatever. And he had all of them stacked up in his garage. And I'm like, what the fuck do you have these things? He's like, there's gold in them. It's like a lot of these old electronics have gold in them. You have to, get chemicals to get all the plastic out of it. And then you strain it through some other stuff and whatever. But yeah, there's probably, $15,000, $20,000 worth of gold in that stuff. And I was just like, okay, well, aren't there companies that will do that for you? And he's just like, yeah, but I don't trust them. So instead he had like his entire garage filled with like old circuit boards and stuff because he didn't trust the dude to do his job.
The only jewelry I have is like I said, is this cheap stuff that you wouldn't take. And Cyclone asked, what about all my bracelets, or did I throw them away? Again, they're like not stuff you would take to a jewelry store. So I don't know, but I would. I would trust them.
Remember when you got so mad when Mittens put that bracelet on your wrist?
It didn't fit, but that's not why I was mad.
All right, let's continue with the phone. Are we continuing?
Yeah.
Or are we moving on? Are we continuing?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. We're going.
So he sticks his head in to the car as though he might be going from the driver's side to the passenger side to dig in the glove box or something weird like that. But anyway, he sticks his head into the car. He takes his right knee, or knee as I like to call it, and he puts it on the seat. And then he swivels his rear around and his knee and slides it down under the steering wheel.
This reads like one of those yoga things that I never get. They're just like, take your pelvis and push it outward as you lift your knee into a 90-degree angle. And I'm just like, wait, what is it? I don't know how to. Are you following this at all? And by the way, I did have a gummy. I did have a gummy earlier. Are we still talking about the jeweler? Is the jeweler getting into our car? Or did we switch people? Now you're just making me laugh by you doing the laughing thing. All right, should we finish this phone call here?
Yep.
Let's finish this phone. Is it the jeweler? The jeweler is getting in the car with his pelvis and his knee, or knee, as she likes to call it. Okay.
And then brings his left knee in, and that's how he gets in his car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
the
really
jeweler.
Weird to me. But anyway,
I wouldn't trust him either.
Probably
No.
how I get into my bed. And honestly, I have an adjustable space and just a mattress.
Right.
And quite honestly, last night I grunted, which I probably grunt every night when I go to get into it. Is this too much information, or it's just too long of a message? Anyway, so I go to get into my bed, and I'm short, too short for that bed.
Yeah.
But anyway,
right.
I'm driving to an appointment.
In bed?
And I'll talk about this appointment on my award-winning
podcast. Yes.
By Daniel Brewer.
Stop wasting phone time for that. Yeah, you should be just recording that directly into the phone and sending it to me so I can produce it.
You know, you can use those for our TikToks that you're doing. You know, just
that's right. Yeah,
those could be the shorts. Kathy Bacon calls.
The jeweler getting into her car for some reason. All right, let's go to our next phone call here, shall we? Hello.
O'Connor is a goner.
Yeah.
Beneath the bald head queen.
Yes.
At 56, but she does not look 50.
Hey.
In this photo, she looks 56. You know what? She aged beautifully and died too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, this is Bacon Bits.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah, we got that. Here's the thing. Well, I got it because the thing was.
Have a great day.
Oh, I got it because Adam titled the call "Bacon Bits." Oh.
You told me I should start labeling
No,
those.
You
so
did.
you'll
No,
know.
I appreciate that.
So
Yeah,
I'm now labeling them.
Yeah, so both Kathy Bacon and Bacon Biz, Sinead O'Connor, you both got entered in for that.
Sydney, not the dog, was way too long for me to name the file.
Okay.
You know?
Here we go. Next.
Sinead O'Connor,
yes?
dead.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have heard of her, because I don't think she was from America.
No, she wasn't. No. She was from Ireland.
But she was a singer. Very famous, very talented, and shockingly, she cut all her hair off, which was just a global outrage. So you guys probably did hear of her because all the loony bin right-wing Americans probably lost their minds.
And then she was on Star Trek in that movie with the bald. She was the bald lady on Star Trek.
Was she?
Cut off the thing that made her beautiful.
Well, yeah, she was the bald lady, so she was the bald lady on Star Trek, right? Unless she was, there was also a black bald lady, but that was Grace Jones. So
no, I don't think that's the same person.
No, I'm pretty sure. No, Sinead O'Connor, I'm pretty sure, was the bald lady on Star Trek, the motion picture.
Kirstie Alley.
No, Kirstie Alley was a Klingon. No, she wasn't a Klingon. She was a Vulcan. She was a Vulcan. And she was replaced by Kim Cattrall in a later movie. Here we go.
Beautiful. Anyway, very sad. She was only 50-something.
Lieutenant Savick, by the way.
This is Scotty Rozzy Battler. Yeah. And I think this one deserves $5 in the pot.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Why? Again, why? You're not giving me any reason for that. Next phone call. Here we go.
Yeah, hi guys. RT Cruiser for the Celebrity Death Phone.
Yeah.
Old school. Bit of a shocker, this one, but Sinead O'Connor.
It is a shocker.
Dead at 56.
I'm 56.
Okay, bye.
That could be me. I could be dead. I could just.
Well, did they say how she died? Because I Googled it earlier and I didn't read the whole article or read an article. I was just looking at the headlines.
I don't know.
And it was cause of death unknown.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
How did they find? Did they find her just dead? Like, was she in bed? Was she on a couch?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Kathy Marshall says
they're doing an autopsy. I think.
Okay.
Sinead O'Connor, dead.
You already called in for that.
I don't know if you guys have heard of her.
You repeated a phone call there,
okay.
Adam. Number 5 and number 7.
We got 2 emails.
Yeah, okay.
And I thought, and I wasn't sure because the file was named the same, but
okay.
I just put them both in there. So there you go.
They're both the same length and they're both the same. Okay, here we go. Our last phone call, Adam. Here we go. Hello.
Hey, Adam and Daniel.
Hey.
This is Gary in Portland.
Hey, Gary in Portland.
I've got an unusual death to report today.
Yes.
It's from an international celebrity podcaster.
Yeah.
Big Fatty.
Big Fatty.
His good friend Olive, age 92, passed away in his sleep this week.
Oh.
That was a partner of his Miss Kitty, and Ollie was his dancing girl.
Oh, that was the best dancing girl, Olive.
So anyway,
Olive. I get it.
He was a good guy, and Big Fatty talks about him all the time. So anyway, I thought we need to mention him on today's little show. So anyway, again, Olive from the Big Fatty fame has passed away at age 92.
You know what?
See y'all tonight. Bye.
I have heard of his best dancing girl, Olive. That to me qualifies as a celebrity. I've been hearing about.
He a celebrity? Is that a celebrity? Really?
I've been hearing about his best dancing girl, Olive, as long as I've been listening to Little Fatty Cat. I mean, to Big Fatty, and I quit listening to him when he ended his show. Remember? But I used to be a religious listener to him before he ended his show at 3,000 episodes.
Okay. Sure. Dollar granted. Dollar granted.
All right, there you go, Adam. Well, there you go. That's fun, Adam. A whole bunch of people that call us in. You know, if you want to call in, you can. Our phone number, not our email. Our phone number is 707-61-DEATH. And that means you don't have to report a celebrity death, but if you do, and it's a celebrity that we know, and more importantly, you didn't kill them, then we will
it's
add
the right day of the week, and you're standing on one foot.
We will add your name to the pot. And on the September 15th through the 17th, during the live Pride 48 weekend, we will be giving away the money that is in the pot, which is currently up to a sweltering, Adam, a sweltering...
I wasn't ready for that. It's
sweltering
$87.
$87, ladies and gentlemen. Adam, I'm sorry. I have a late breaking email here. I just got an email from Auntie Scott, who is sent yet another promo for the Pride 48 weekend. He's just like, all right, I get it. You just want a standard FM radio, blah, 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 boring little promo, whatever.
Mics, mixers, action. Mark your calendars because this September 15th to 17th, Pride 48 is the place to be. Join us for our grand finale and final annual live streaming podcasting event. Experience the vibrant colors of our community with an entire weekend of LGBTQ and LGBTQ-friendly podcasts from our stable of current shows, some that you haven't heard in many years, and even a few brand new ones. It all kicks off at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, September 15th. More information can be found at our website, pride48.com.
Wow.
Look at that, Adam.
They keep getting better and better.
I mean, I'm partial to the first one.
That sounded like that ABBA song. You know that one?
It did. But most importantly, Adam, it's not that ABBA song. So
that's what it sounded like.
It's a song that came from your Epidemic Sound account.
Wow, it's so close.
Yeah.
ABBA should sue whoever that
anyway,
person is.
Thank you, Auntie Scott. There's no more. Those are the only three. Thank you,
all
Auntie
three
Scott.
of them. We will use all three of them.
So that my first draft, the first one that the first script that I wrote was the last one there, just the regular, lights. So instead of lights, camera, action, right? It's mics, mixers, action. And then I was just like, I heard you complaining about Joe Batant's talking in a Southern accent and everything. And so I basically took my script and fed it to ChatGPT and said, make me take this script and change it for, someone with a stereotypical Southern drawl. And it put in all the, hootenannies and stuff like that. So if you listen closely, it's basically the same script. It's just that ChatGPT put a spin on it. And the same with the British one.
So what did you type in for the just Higgins or what's his
name?
No,
just a proper British,
genteel something.
Yeah, and I think Auntie Scott, because I told him he was allowed to improvise and everything. I think he actually made it Old English. Like he added in the what was it? Hold on.
Good day, esteemed listeners. Pray mark your diaries for the 15th to the 17th of September for you.
September.
I think that's French, though. I think that's like a French pronunciation.
Are you really criticizing?
No, I'm not criticizing.
Got these for free, Adam. We got these for free.
$87. Anyway, we're going on to the next segment.
We are. Well, I listen to your daily podcast, The Geeky Gay, found at thegeekygay.com. And I know that you attended a dog training class over for, what's her name? Veronica?
For Veronica?
Velma?
No,
What's the dog's
Tabatha.
name? Tabatha.
Yeah,
I knew it was like a TV. I knew it was a TV character name. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a girl and it was a TV character name. Tootie would have been my next guess.
Yeah, no,
Tabatha. Yeah,
and
from Bewitched.
Yeah, my parents. So, I mean, I don't know if you've heard this because I believe I did tell this story on.
I heard it while I was running
Joe
today.
Bataan show, but it wasn't on Geeky Gay though. So we went over to my parents on Saturday night. Their dog is afraid of us. She's afraid of.
They should.
You know, why? Why specifically us? But
they listen to your show. They listen to Geeky Gay.
Yeah. So Mom calls and says, "Hey, we went to this trainer because Tabatha's afraid of a lot of people, not just you guys, and we were trying to figure out how to break her of that, or get her trusting people more." And the trainer says we need to have a session with you and Marc. And I'm like, a session? Like what are you talking about? And yeah, it's this whole thing that she taught us to do. It's gonna
you don't actually train the dogs. Yeah. You train the humans.
And so we go over there. She's like, so come over, do that, and then we'll have dinner or whatever. And don't bring Sydney, the dog.
Right.
Not bacon bits, but don't.
God, this sounds like the start of a cult film or whatever. It was just like, Adam, hi, yeah, we've talked to this amazing trainer, and he would be so helpful. Why don't you come over this evening? Just you and Marc come. Don't bring Sydney, but you and Marc come over. He has some words that I think you need to hear.
Now I need you to take this Playboy magazine.
That's right.
And when you feel an urge, use this instead of looking at men.
Right. So anyway, your mom's joined a cult.
And so anyway, it was bottom line, you give the dog treats. I mean, that was how you do it. So she's like, okay, so we want you to sit there. Don't look at her. Whatever you do, do not look at her.
Challenge. Don't challenge her.
And don't look at her. Yeah. Take a treat and then toss it near you.
Yeah.
And then she'll come get it or whatever, and then do that a few more times, and then do that a few, more. Get it closer to you.
Yeah.
And then put one in your hand. But still, don't look at her. Put your hand.
Don't look at it. It's important to not look at the dog when you have the treat in your hand.
And this is the thing. Like, how do I not look at a dog? I felt so. It's like, when a cop comes up to your window and you don't.
You look away and your hand is way too high for the dog. And you're like, why won't the dog take the treat? I don't understand. And then you look back around and your hand lowers. It's like, why won't he take the fucking treat?
Yeah, it's like when you try not to look at a cop. When they come up to your window. You don't want to make eye contact with the cop,
I hate that. Cop pulls them and I'm like, where's my medical marijuana card? All right, where's, okay, now where's, do I have anything in here?
So, and then finally, so she, she's coming up, eating a treat, blah, blah, blah. And she's, and so then I was allowed to look at her. And then, so we both went through this anyway. So went through this.
So now you're part of her pack.
Maybe, I don't know. So she got to the point where I got on the floor and she was getting up in my lap and like licking my face and stuff. But now
tasting you.
Now she gets excited and pees.
Yeah.
And she
marking you.
And every time on Saturday evening when she came running up to me, I would make her pee.
Yeah.
So
you have that effect
like,
on
I don't know if
have that effect on bitches, man.
I don't know if I don't know if maybe I'm okay with her not liking me.
That's the straightest thing I've ever said in my life.
It was. And probably not kosher straight either. Maybe not something you should have said, but
What? No, female dogs are bitches.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And you make this bitch so excited she pees. So that's all I was saying.
Okay.
feel like you're maybe reading something into it that you probably shouldn't.
So that's it. I got peed on and
you loved it.
No,
dun, 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 dun. This show is going great, Adam. Don't you think? It's just like
I did. No, it is going.
See,
great.
we never left the contact segment. We never played the little stinger that leaves the contact segment. We've ruined.
Well, do that now.
I think we should let's just start the whole show over now because that messed up. There, hold on. Let me do this.
3, 2, 1. Contact.
Now, in the old days, what I would have done is just done it in post. I would have just gone back in post and put it there. But now that we do video, it's harder to do because what do I do with video when I put it in post, right? Because we're not in the same
just a black,
place.
Nothing, just a black bar.
Yeah.
No one will notice.
Like that, yeah. Little jump cut there. It's like, hey, we're professional YouTubers.
A scene
jump
change,
jump cut, that's right. A little wipe, like an old PowerPoint
or you could just
wipe.
where one of those where we're smiling but we're not saying anything.
Yeah, like a Mitch McConnell. We'll just be like. Now I know you don't. I don't. I mentioned this in pre-show. You had no idea what this was. So Mitch, first of all, in chat room, do not help him. Do not help him. Do you know who Mitch McConnell is?
He's a old senator, and I believe he is Republican.
These are both true things. He is an old senator, and he is a Republican.
Or
he is from Kentucky. He is the senior citizen from the senior senator. Senior senator from Kentucky, but he is also the minority speaker. He was the when the Republicans were in power, he was the president of the Senate. He was the what do we call them? Majority speaker. Someone will tell me, someone will correct me. Anyway, my point is that, so he's like the leader of the Republicans in the Senate, basically. It's Mitch McConnell. And he comes out to do this press conference the other day. And me describing it is not going to do it justice. So what you need to do is just go to YouTube and Google, Mitch McConnell stroke. He's in the middle of a sentence in his little press conference, and he goes, and what I'd like to say next is, and then he just stares. He's just staring straight ahead, just like, stop speaking and staring straight. Yes, exactly like you're doing with your face right now. He did that. He just stood there and was disoriented. And it took way too fucking long for someone to go, Mitch, are you okay? And he was confused. And then the dude was like, do you want to say anything else to the press, or should we go back to your office? And he, sure. And they ushered him off to his office. And then another senator came out and finished the press conference. But he clearly had a fucking stroke or something, mid-sentence standing there. It was frightening. It was just his face lost all emotion. He just glazed over and he's just staring. He's like,
so did he was like, is he now in the hospital? And
no, of course not. He's the division of health, Adam. He's the fucking leader of the Republicans. He's in great health. What you saw was a problem with the videotape from the news media, and they just paused their video.
So
Mitch
Republicans are saying that he didn't have. See, but here's my dilemma.
It doesn't matter. But look at Biden, Adam. But just look at Biden.
I'm saying here's my dilemma. We're saying that he had a stroke, right?
Yeah.
And when I say we, that's
what the news media
are saying that he had a stroke, right? But
exactly.
If you think about it, the way Republicans could look at that is, they're always saying, oh, Biden, has dementia and all these things, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's the same. They're seeing the same things that you're seeing when you say Mitch, is having stroke. So they're just,
Here's the thing, Adam. Yeah, when Dianne Feinstein should step down. Dianne Feinstein has no business being in the Senate with the health issues that she has. She's in a safe Democratic area. So it's like, I don't even understand why she's insisting on staying in power. So it's not like I'm just picking on Republicans. We need to get rid of these people that are, 226 years old. And it's like, do anybody remember when they used to like wheel Strom Thurmond out of the freezer every week when they needed him to vote? I mean, he's like, he held office for like 5 years after he died. It's like, there's these people, these old white men need to die and go away and stop just being a fucking downer to everybody ever.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
News game.
Oh, look at you. You want to get us out of this, don't you? You're scared there's going to be another phone call from someone going like, I feel like your show's a little too political. Like, I love you guys. I do. I love you guys wholeheartedly. I do. But I feel like it's just like a little too, you know what I'm saying? Just like a little too political. News game. It's the news game. It's the news game. A little flat. What questions will he ask? It is the Mix Minus News Game. This is a segment of the show where Adam will read me five questions from the New York Times News Quiz, and I, using only my head, brain, and mouth words, will regurgitate a correct answer to those questions. I will try to do this without looking at the multiple choice. By the way, these are all multiple choice. But if I, need help, I can ask what the choices are. After I no doubt answer all five questions correctly, we will go into a bonus round where Adam will read me as many questions as he can off a Trivial Pursuit card in 60 seconds. I know it sounds very complicated, but it's okay, ladies and gentlemen. We are professionals. And Adam, what is our first question on the old news quiz here this evening?
Okay, our first question is: Israel's parliament this week passed a law limiting the number of, or the power of, blank. Fill in the blank.
The power of prayer. What was it? Say it again. Read it again.
Israel's parliament this week passed a law limiting the power of blank.
Of the judicial branch.
I'm going to read you your choices because.
Okay, read me.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Supreme Court judges, the Israel Defense Forces, the Palestinian Authority, or ultra-Orthodox rabbis.
Judicial branch would be the Supreme Court.
Well,
judges.
I don't want to assume. Okay, that is correct. Federal prosecutors on Thursday introduced new charges in the investigation into Donald Trump's alleged mishandling of government documents.
Yes, they did.
Who was charged alongside Trump?
Oh, do I need an actual name? Because I know it's the head of maintenance at Mar-a-Lago because he helped to move the boxes that the other guy did, but I do not know his name.
So it's weird because there are three names.
Yeah.
And two descriptions in these answers. I don't know what it's like. Did they not know the name of the ground?
Yeah.
So you're, but they both are similar. So I'm going to read them to you. It's
okay. Go ahead.
The groundskeeper at Trump's Bedminster Golf Club, or the property manager at Mar-a-Lago.
It's Mar-a-Lago. So because that's where they were moved.
That is correct.
Correct. That's two for those of you keeping track at home. Two correct.
The Federal Reserve raised interest rates a 1/4 point this week. When was the last time rates were this high? The last time.
Shit. The Carter administration. I don't know what was.
So your options are 1934, 1974, 1990. 2001 or 2020?
I'm going to go, I'm going to go with my gut and go with the Carter, like the 74. Ooh.
Incorrect. It was 2001.
Wow, 2001.
Yep. A judge halted Hunter Biden's plea deal over tax and gun charges after his lawyers and the prosecution disagreed over what aspect of the agreement.
So here's what when I read these headlines, about Hunter Biden pausing his plea deal agreement, whatever. All I can imagine in my head, all I see is him pushing the pause button and every conservative in the country going, "Whoa!" You know what I'm saying? Like they were watching a movie and someone pauses it and everybody's like, "Boo!" Start it again. It's like all these conservatives are so invested in Hunter Biden that, any little tiny legal maneuver. Okay, he was the bone of contention there had to do with his immunity status. So what are is immunity status one of the things?
Well, yes, there are two though. Immunity from future charges.
Yes.
Or immunity for other Biden family members.
No, it's for the future charges. No, it was totally his immunity. Because he's the one doing the plea deal, right?
Correct.
So okay. Yeah.
That was
that was number 4, Adam. That was number 4.
3, 4.
That was the penultimate question. And this right now is the final question. Diddle-oo-doo.
Okay. Before the current tournament, the U.S. women's team had not lost a World Cup match since 2011. What was the result of their match against Netherlands?
Well, it looks
on
like
Wednesday?
I got 3 out of 5, Adam. No, I don't know sports. I don't know.
A, B, or C, Daniel?
B.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was C. The answer is always C, Daniel. That's
really didn't know
it was
that
a
at all.
tie,
Right,
1-1, by the way.
So it's 3 out of 5. That's not very good. That's that's a B. It's probably a C. Here we go. Oh my God! Stop it! You naughty machine. 60 seconds on the big board.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
What Frenchman designed the national flag of Italy? Frenchman.
A Mario.
Napoleon. What Shania Twain recording became the best-selling country music album ever by a female artist in 1996?
I Feel Like a Woman?
The Woman in Me. What captain did Fletcher Christian lead a mutiny against near Tahiti in 1789?
It wasn't Ahab. It was it was Mutiny on the Bounty. What was the dude's name? Is the Captain. Oh, my captain. I don't know. He was the captain of the Bounty.
What two trees did Ponce de Leon introduce to Florida in 1513? 2 trees.
The palm tree and the bougainvillea.
The orange and the lemon. The orange and
the lemon. Oh yeah, you knew that. You of course knew that. What was the captain's name for the Bounty? Was it Captain Bligh? Was that right?
William Bligh.
Yeah, Captain Bligh. Wow, I didn't do well this week. Feel like it's global warming.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah. I not me, Adam. I rarely lose, but I'm gonna tell you, I did get one. Didn't I get one right?
Not on the bonus round.
Bonus? Nope. I didn't get one bonus.
Nope.
Right? Oh, 3, 5. That's a disappointing score. I mean, that's a very, very disappointing score. Score.
So the first one I did talk about on my show because you don't like this. So no need to mention it on this show.
I don't even have it up yet. I haven't even set up the bit, Adam. So let me set up the bit first, all right? Each and every week, our executive producer, Cyclone, sends us a exhaustively researched tome of information of things that have happened on the day that we're recording. Today that we are recording is July 28th. These are all things that happened on July 28th. of some other year. Do you get the bit? You get understand the bit, Adam?
Yes.
You understand where we're going with this?
Yep,
All right.
I understand.
So go ahead. So you said for your own personal show, when you started doing the day thing, you said, I'll make sure that I don't read one that's on the Mix Minus sheet from an executive producer.
Well, because, I don't want to make you angry.
But you did.
Well, because
so which one?
You don't like
I don't like chocolate milk,
you don't
or
like
I don't like talking in the elevator either.
Well, me either. Not to strangers, but anyway, the first
it's the
one.
National Talk in an Elevator Day. By the way, did you know that elevators have been around since 200 BC?
No, I did not.
Archimedes, who is a famous Greek mathematician, you got to tell us, we know that, scientist and engineer, is credited with inventing the first elevator in the world in 200 BC. His invention included the usage of pulleys that were operated by either people or animals.
See, British, we're correct. Archimedes invented the first elevator. He called it an elevator, obviously, since that's the word they used in this sentence, which means elevator is the correct word, not lift.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if the right word was lift, they would say that.
In England, do you think it's National Talk in the Lift Day today for them?
National chew with the stranger in the lift.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know English.
Governor.
Here's the thing. Governor. I used to watch Big Brother. I used to watch the UK version of the only real Big Brother, UK version of Big Brother. And I used to watch that. And that's how I kept current with British culture, like slang and culture and stuff. But I haven't been watching it for the last 5 or 6 years because all of the ways that I used to be able to watch it have been shut down. And so I can't.
That's another thing I can watch during the writer's strike is there are a bunch of back catalog of Big Brother Canada.
Oh yeah, you can do that. I was gonna start watching one of them, but then I realized they were just duplicating the U.S. show, and I hate the U.S. format so much, so I bailed on that. So anyway, it's Buffalo Soldiers Day.
Okay.
First peacetime all-black Army regiment, which we honor on Buffalo Soldiers Day, July 28th each year, was formed mainly to keep order in the Wild West after the Civil War.
Cool.
Huh. The 9th and 10th Calgary regiments were inexplicably named the Buffalo Soldiers, not by their own leadership, but by the Native American tribes they came into contact with. Let's see. Anything that jumps out at you here, Adam? You can.
Well, I don't know if one of my pages says cannot display content. Are you on the Disney related news?
Yeah.
Disney's. I know.
No.
Alice
in Wonderland. Something about Alice in Wonderland. Walt Disney's 13th animated film, Alice in Wonderland, is released in U.S. theaters by RKO Radio Pictures 2 days after its London premiere. Isn't that weird that the things used to premiere overseas? Like nowadays, every movie premieres in America, right? It's
yeah, it is. But what is always weird to me is, which is kind of unrelated but related, is they don't count the money from overseas when they're talking about box office numbers or something like that, which makes no sense to me at all. Why does that money not count? I don't understand.
Well, it does. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to crow about how much money the movie's made, then you go, Avengers Endgame made $1.7 billion, worldwide. But if you want to talk about how Disney is totally woke and that's the reason that their film flopped, you point out that Elemental only made $60 million in domestic, right? Even though ignoring the fact that it's made well over $300 million globally. So it's not a flop, it's just not a great profit. But you know what I'm saying? It's just
yeah,
it's whatever number you want to.
No, I know, but I just feel like for some reason we only count the box office numbers in the U.S.
Right, because the foreign, they have their own movies sometimes too, so the two don't always track.
Okay.
Anyway, that's going to be in the birthday page. The 14th Amendment was formally adopted on July 28th of 1868. Do you know what the 14th Amendment was?
I'm looking. Including, tell me, a ratification. Where's the actual, what's the damn thing that it is? Equal protection.
Oh, the 14th Amendment. The ending of slavery.
Oh, shit.
I think, isn't that? Let's see. What is the 14th Amendment? It's
there, but it's
in simple terms. Grant citizenships to all persons born or naturalized in the United States, thereby granting citizenship to formerly enslaved people. It's the you can't if they're born here, they're an American citizen. If they or naturalized here, they're American citizens. You can't own them. Anyway, where was I? Now I went and did that, and then I lost my
we
place.
were on 14th Amendment.
Yeah, we got that. All right, and we got a birthday, and all right, I don't see anything else. Do you see anything else?
Chrome is not displaying any more of these pages, so I can't see what's there.
Let's see. In 2016, Hillary Clinton accepted the Democratic nomination for president, becoming the first woman to lead a major U.S. political party. That was on July 28th. More Bible news in the weekly world news, but I think I'm going to. Oh wait, this one maybe, Adam. This one might be one of those rare weekly world news stories. I was sexually molested by a giant octopus. Florida woman suffers terrifying attack off of the Great Barrier Reef. Now, I'm pretty sure the Great Barrier Reef is in Australia, not. So. I like how there's a Florida, they're leading us to believe this was somewhere in America. This is probably going to be in Australia, someplace where you couldn't fact check them, right? It's it happened over in Australia back in whatever year this is, 1998. It's not like we could just, check that on the internet, right? So that's why all of these things are always in another country.
Did you say you were going to read a biblical story and then now you're talking about I was sexually molested by a giant octopus?
What? A biblical story? Where did you get a biblical story?
Yeah, I thought that's what I heard. But anyway, keep going.
I did not.
Okay.
Say that I was going to read a biblical, although it does remind me of the biblical story about the octopus that molested a woman. Yeah, it was. And later God smote it and removed 19 of its hands, which is why they only have 8 today. Anyway, I got to do this. Hold on, I got to do that. And Big Fat, I can hear Big Fatty now on his show. He's like, they get all confused and they don't know what they're doing at different points in the show. People have birthdays on July 28th, and we'd like to say happy birthday to some of them right now, specifically the shirtless members of this list. Happy birthday, Nolan Funk. You've turned 37.
Okay. You missed one. You missed one.
Oh, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane
turned
is a
30.
English professional footballer, and I assume he's one of those shirtless guys there.
He would be the top one.
Well, there are 2 in that picture, so anyway.
No, there's not. But the top picture on the right-hand side is Harry Kane. The next one underneath it is Nolan Funk. Anyway, Afro Man turned 49, and Jim Davis, that's right, the dude that wrote Garfield, turned 78. Anybody else? Oh, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. That was in our news roundup that we skipped over because I knew it would be here.
Lori
anybody
Loughlin,
else jump out at you?
Who was imprisoned for bribing.
Wow.
Her
Sally Struthers, who needed, a price of a cup of coffee. Let's see, who else here? Not Soulja Boy. Is that a person?
Yeah, it is.
A
rapper, maybe?
Oh, Alexis Arquette was also born on this year. Okay, I think that's it. What I need to say to them from you and me, which would be all of us here, is happy birthday to all of you. Unless you're dead, because they're not happy. Actually, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no way of knowing if it's happy after you die. My belief is that when you die, you just cease to be. I don't know that there's a happiness that comes with that or not. I don't know. I mentioned last week it was getting late in the show, and you had mentioned about Zach and I looking for property. And I said something about looking at houses, and you said, "Oh, have you given up? Or are you looking for a house now? Or are you looking for property?" So it was a complicated answer, and I said, but we had already been for 2 hours on that show. I said, I'll talk about it next week. So I just wanted to circle back on that. So the ultimate goal is to not have a neighbor that we can see immediately next to us, right? To not live in a suburb where there's a neighborhood. We'd like to have some acreage.
Yeah.
If there's already a house on that acreage, that's fine. If it's undeveloped acreage, that may be fine too, right? So we're looking at both, I guess is the answer. So we're looking at both undeveloped land as well as, acreage that has like existing structures on it. And some of the houses on the existing land are not great houses, but I could live there for a month or two while we build like a 3-car garage with an apartment above it. And then we could move, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then we could live in the apartment while we build the house, right? We'd tear down the house.
Yeah. The reason I asked was because you had mentioned telling your boss already. And I was thinking, well, if they're looking to build a house, it's going to take a long time to find the land, build the house, do all that kind of stuff. So that's all I was asking.
It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, we may need to, buy something that already has a house on it, and then we can go ahead and move. Because that's the other thing that we're doing, right? So we have equity in this house, but we're going to use that equity to kind of put the down payment on the other property, and then we'll sell this house, and
so that
whatever.
That house is pre. Daniel, Zach, Adam, Marc compound. It's
right, but
it's before the compound. The compound comes later.
Right. I mean, if I get the land,
then
we can build. We could start building the compound, right? I mean, the compound doesn't start day one with the gymnasium, right? The compound starts day one with the little double wide that the crazy militant guy lives in while he recruits more people to bury school buses and make little tunnels and stuff.
Yeah.
Daniel needs to start his blender design for the landscaping now. That's true. Yeah.
It takes a while.
It does. It does take a while. Yeah. Adam bought, how long ago did you buy your house?
3 years, something like that.
Three years? 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yep.
And you're I was really, really proud of this one, by the way.
Well, howdy, folks.
Howdy.
Dust off them calendars, because September 15th through the 17th, y'all got to be at pride48.com. We're saddling up for our grand finale. Join us and
it was funny when Scott sent it to me.
Yeah.
But then I had to find the music and cut the music to it and stuff so it's I did all the post-production on it. So it's
so you do you always or a lot of times he does his own, right? Like he picks his own song and all that.
He does his own for the interstitial, or no, the opening number of the opening announcement for the live streaming weekends, and he does that because he wants to read it with the soundtrack go. You know what I'm saying? He wants to hear he wants to do it with the tempo of the music, so he does his own music for that. But in this case, no, I told him I just need the voice. I'll take care of the music and stuff. So yeah, I did it. And it's I cut some things out and moved some things around, but yeah, it's I thought it turned out really well.
Yeah, it did.
I finished the country one before I had to cook dinner, and it was just kept running through my head. It's that song. It's the whole time I was cooking dinner, I kept hearing, "Well, howdy, folks."
Well, howdy, folks.
Well.
There's a ride at Disney called Big Thunder Mountain. Did we ride Big Thunder Mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the announcer there says, "Make sure you hold on to your hats, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness." I
feel like, was that the one that felt like it was going to shake your bones off? It was so shaky.
Exactly.
Yeah, that one.
It also has a lift hill that's inside right when you get around it, and literally is ear piercingly loud in there. Like it's like the clack, 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 but it's in a concrete tunnel that you're in when that's happening. So it's just like shooting like spikes through your ears. And it's like the loudest sound on earth is that fucking lift hill on Big Thunder Mountain. Anyway, he's here temporarily. Who's here temporarily? Auntie Scott?
Yes.
I do have an update on my strategy for dealing with my hybrid work scenario. But we're going to talk about that in the after show. And I know we keep talking about level 13 and after show, and people that are new to us may not know what I'm talking about. We actually have a little behind the scenes club. We like to call it level 13. And members of level 13 get their own, audio of our after show. Like we keep talking after we're done with this show, and they get to hear all that stuff in a podcast feed. And they also get bonus things, sometimes bonus episodes that are tossed about. He willy-nilly. I don't know. I was trying to make up a word and I failed.
I feel like Adam, recently though we got a compliment, or you got a compliment, that you're now getting caught up. Like it's getting better on the level 13.
Yeah, I did. I heard that. But the point is, Adam, I'm listing off a whole bunch of things that are worth a whole lot of money. But here's the thing. It's totally free. All you have to do is just send us an email, contact at mix-podcast.com, and say, hey, I want to join level 13. And if you've done that before and you didn't get a reply email from us, do it again, because we're just people and sometimes we miss emails and it's not intentional, and it's just look at us. We're both, kind of border. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're getting very old. It's like we are. I forget to start that clip with a lowered volume every fucking week, Adam. Every fucking week.
I think I said before,
I know it's coming.
I know it's coming. Edit the actual file and make it lower.
I could. But then the look of shock on my face on the video wouldn't match with that or whatever. I'm just saying. I'm old and I forget it. We need some kind of show production system, right? That's like blinks and tells me, it's like, oh, make sure you lower this volume over here. And hey, you got 32 seconds left before this thing runs out. Our email address, contact at mix-podcast.com. You can use that to talk to us. You can also call us on our voicemail line, 707-61-DEATH, or head over to voicemail.mix-podcast.com on your phone, and you can record a message right from there. So, Adam, I'll be back next week, August 4th. I hope you will be back here as well.
Yeah, I will be back here as well next week. See you then. I didn't know I was getting a timer. See you.
That was the worst.
See you then.
See you then. Okay. Yeah.